Good day, everyone. If you're watching this live, my apologies. I'll edit it after the fact. I was muted, and my name is Reverend Darrell Jones. And today, um, we are we are doing a peace meditation. I have been very, very passionate about engaging in three things this year: peace, purpose, and passion. And those are the three things in my personal life and in my ministry work that I feel need some championing, I guess, if you will, to support soulful living. And that is the essence of my work. And you may or may not be familiar with the book that I published in 2021 called Soul Gym. And it's a very small book. The essence of it, I'll show it to you here. The essence of it is see, it's very small. You can get through it, but it's a powerful guide. It is a guide to help you live a soulful life and engaging in practices like meditation, affirmative prayer, inspirational reading, journaling practices, visioning, forgiveness exercises, and more, all to connect us to our soul. But one of the things that I've come to realize is that there is such um, a disruptor to our soul connection, and the beginning of that is peace. If we aren't experiencing some level of peace in our lives, then it's very, very difficult for us to have deep, powerful connection to our soul. So, um, I decided I wanted to do regular weekly peace meditations, and I have a whole community that's behind a paywall where you get to connect and chat with people. If you're interested in that, you can go to my website, gosouljim.com, and learn more. But right now, I wanted to bring this out free to the public and have us engage in a peace meditation. So, wherever you may be, I invite you and challenge you to embrace the idea that if you don't do something to practice being peaceful, you're never going to attain the level of peace that you desire in your life. There are things outside of you that will temporarily make you feel at ease, but that is not peace. Peace, I think, is something that is cultivated within ourselves that we bring out into the world, that we are here to be peace and bring peace into our relationships, into our health conversations, into the political spectrum, into everything. But if we are waiting for something out there to change in order for us to be peaceful, we're always going to be disappointed. And pretty much that's the state of the world right now. Everyone is pointing a finger and blaming and pushing at someone else. And don't get me wrong, there are things that people are doing and aren't doing that are having a very heavy impact on others. And I do hope and pray that they take responsibility for that and realize the impact of their living and their decisions. But even in the midst of that, there is a powerful peace that we can cultivate, that we must cultivate. And that is what I want to support you with right now. So let yourself be present, disconnect from other devices, turn off other radios, music in the background, whatever it may be, and let yourself get present to your body in the chair wherever you are. I'm sitting in an office chair in my home office. My feet are flat on the floor, and I've taken my hands away from touching keyboards and other devices and just let my hands rest comfortably in my lap. And let's take three beginning breaths together in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose. And as you exhale this third opening breath, if it feels right, comfortable, and safe, let your eyes gently close. You don't have to close your eyes in order to successfully meditate. However, the gift of this for most of us is that closing the eyes reduces the amount of information and data that the brain is taking in and processing through the optic nerve. It reduces it by 10 million bits per second. And for some of us, closing the eyes does not necessarily calm the nervous system. So if it doesn't feel good and right to you today, then let the eyes be open, but drop your attention down, like you're looking at the floor or maybe some neutral spot on the wall. The goal here is to limit stimulation in the visual field and let your awareness come to the body, and in particular, the feeling of air flowing in the body and air flowing out of the body. Air flowing in the body, air flowing out of the body. And do 5 slow breaths now at your own pace. If you can, in through the nose and out through the nose, sending a gentle signal to your nervous system that all is well in this very moment. For some, this may be very difficult to focus and really embrace the attention on breathing, but realize you're doing this all day long. So nothing really new is happening other than you are pulling your attention from the past and from the future and anchoring it on the present moment, feeling and experiencing the breath flowing in and the breath flowing out. The path to peace rarely is instantaneous. So give yourself license to struggle a little bit here as we begin. Your attention, without any effort on your part, runs into the past, retelling stories, shoulding, woulding, and coulding, and runs into the future, planning, strategizing, and oftentimes catastrophizing. And we do this all day long. It's not a bad thing. However, it can take a toll on our lived experience, on our emotional, mental, and spiritual well being. To come back to the moment, to be mindful, to embrace what is actually taking place and letting that be sufficient, that you are sitting, breathing, practicing noticing yourself breathing. There's no way to do this correctly. There's no way to do this incorrectly. You simply do this practice. There is a misconception that peace is about the absence of things, the absence of conflict, the absence of hardship, the absence of struggle. Rarely is there zero stress in our life. And if we're waiting for zero stress to be peaceful, we will be waiting until our deathbed. What if right now, for the next minute, you could experience peace, a peace that's undefined by anything historically, but a peace that is created by your experience right now? Stay anchored in the body and notice if there's any tightness or lifting or hunching over in the shoulders and the body. See if you can bring your awareness back to the spine and straighten it out a little bit, taking a nice full breath in, expanding the chest and the abdomen as you inhale. And as you exhale, say, I am at peace. Slowly breathing in, exhaling, I am at peace. Over and over again on each exhale, whether you say it out loud or quietly in your mind, I am at peace. And let yourself really go for it for the next minute on your own. I am at peace. 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 As you draw in this next breath, bring both of your hands up to your heart, taking a nice full breath in. And as you exhale, slightly bow your chin towards your heart and acknowledge the peace that you've practiced, knowing that it is enough for today, that whether this is the beginning or a continuation of your meditation journey, the most important thing is that you practice. Nothing happens unless you do the thing. And today you did the thing. Thank yourself for your practice today. And we'll take one final breath together in through the nose, blowing out through the mouth, blinking the eyes open, lifting your attention back to the screen before you. Thank you so much for joining in today's Soul Gym Peace meditation. I am so excited to continue this journey with you again next week. Peace and blessings to you.